Hey, what's up, guys? So, probably going to kind of post some of these periodically, as we're shifting, and one of the things that we're really trying to work on is our unity and being together on the same page with stuff. I'm fixing my hair in the video. You like that? It's a disaster anyways, but I think one of the things is this would be a good way to kind of talk through some different thoughts, and this way I can post it on here, you guys can watch it, we can kind of address, or I could talk about maybe an issue we got going on in the youth group or something. It's private on our Facebook, and yet we're not having to get together for a meeting or something. So I think it'd be good if you guys could make a point to kind of always be checking this and see if there's a new video posted. I'll try to, we'll talk about it a little bit more Sunday night, but just thinking that this might be a good way to all stay on the same page. But one of the things that God has put on my heart lately is the thought of chasing kids and really going after students and evaluating, have we done that well? Where you've got a student that maybe stops showing up or isn't coming, or you've texted a couple times and they don't text you back. Like how often do we and how hard do we pursue that relationship still? And I got to just think about how God's pursued me and how many times He came after me to make sure that I screwed up time and time again, but yet He still forgave me, or He still drew me back. He still did something that brought me back into relationship with Him. I automatically think of Ryan. We all know Ryan's story and Dan, and how relentless Dan was with Ryan to be at his house and give him rides. And Ryan really Dan chased him. He couldn't get away from Dan. Dan was so relentless in reaching Ryan. And look at where Ryan's at now. And, so I start to think of some of the kids in our youth group. I think of Duke right now, and Tyler Kraus and Niece, his girlfriend, Tyler's girlfriend, and then, Julian and Ashley. And, they're just some of the kids that are popping into my head. You think of Brittany and Jacqueline Bingenheimer. I think Jacqueline's off to school, but Brittany Duchesne, and, she's starting to come back around again. But I think with the reality of it is this, is small group leaders, you guys are the ones that are going to have these relationships with the kids. And if you're not chasing them, who's going to? Well, Satan is. The enemy's chasing them. The enemy's vying for their relationship. He's vying to get their attention. He's vying for their affection. And if we're not fighting harder than he is, he's going to win. And I think it's important that you step back, take a second, and say, look, am I chasing the kids in my small group the way that I should be? Am I going after them? Or am I so consumed with my stuff that I'm not texting them, I'm not Facebooking them? And there's so many different routes of communication nowadays that we don't have an excuse. We're without excuse of why we wouldn't chase a kid. And not only are there so many different routes of communication, but there's also, it's so easy, it's on our phone. A Facebook message, a status, something on their timeline, just something that's showing them that you're acknowledging them and that you're going after them. We've got to overly love kids. And so take a second. I'm going to ask you guys to do two practical things. Number one, take a second and think of 2 or 3 or 4 kids that haven't been to your small group in a long time or haven't been to Oxygen, and start chasing them. Put them on your radar and go after them. Love them back into relationship. Number 2, post a statement, some type of comment on this video of, yeah, we need to be better at this. Give a verse. Give something where this confirms in your heart, where you can kind of encourage the other leaders that watch this that, hey, we need to be about chasing kids. Nobody falls through the crack here. We got to have the relentless drive that nobody falls through the crack, and evaluate if we've had that drive, and if not, we got to do a better job. So let's chase these kids. Let's go after them. Let's not be okay with them falling off the face of the earth. Let's go get them and pluck them from hell and go after the one. As Jesus says that he leaves the 99 to go after the one. Go after the one right now. And let's do whatever it takes to bring them in.